Hey, my dear sweet listeners, welcome to I Have No Clue, the podcast. Today, I want to talk about letting go of insecurities because yesterday I was listening to a podcast in my car, which I do all the time when I'm driving the car on my own. And when I got home, I felt really insecure. And that is not good, right? So let's start at the beginning of the story. I got in my car and I just finished my favorite podcast, and there are no episodes anymore. So what am I gonna do? Who am I gonna listen to today? And I'm scrolling through all the podcasts that I listened to in the past days, years, weeks, and I came across one podcast that I listened to before. It's a podcast on business coach, her podcast, and I have followed her on Instagram for a while, and I unfollowed her a couple of months ago because she made me feel insecure. So, and I thought, well, maybe this thing about advertising, that that's a good thing to check out and make sure that I don't make these mistakes, avoiding kind of thing. And I turn it on and I drive home and I'm listening to it. And well, the first one, I'm like, yeah, it's really a really good thing to what was it you said? Yeah, don't sell don't shell shell, hear me say. Don't sell the vehicle, but sell the end. And I was like, yeah, yeah, that I understand. Like sell what you're feeling at the end of your product and all these kind of things. She was talking about it, and that was the first thing I had to think about, and the second thing, and the third thing came along, and then the fourth, and I think she had like six things. And at the fifth, she was talking about something about the way you should start your business, how you should um, go for a certain type of things you offer when you have a certain amount of revenue each month. And I was listening to it, and I heard her say all these things, and I was like, I'm doing it wrong. Fuck. I should, like, according to her, I should do something different, like according what she said in a podcast. And the vision for my business, Eager Minds Academy, is just very different. And I'm not I'm not the coach that's gonna do one-on-one things. I am the one who creates a course from skills and sells meditation, guided meditations, and all these kind of things. I don't want a business that I spend so much one on one time with people. And she was telling me that, and I was like, I'm doing it all wrong. I should do something different. And fuck, I felt like this itchy kind of thing, and I felt like really tight, and it was just, oh, I felt so insecure when I got home. And at the end of the podcast, it was not a good thing, guys. It was not a good thing. And so the question is, what can you do about your insecurities when you feel like that? Because you cannot listen or follow, which I did before with this person, or ban it all out of your life. You can do that. That's a strategy that I use sometimes, especially on social media and stuff. But it's not always successful though, because it also tells you a lot about yourself. When you feel this insecure about something because someone says something to you, or something happens and you're like, fuck, I feel so insecure about this is not nice. It's just, it feels so tight and stressed, and I don't know what to do. And it says so much about yourself, not so much about the other person or the thing that has happened. It's just what happens within you, what you believe, what values that are like touched by this thing. So yeah, it says a lot about you actually. And in the case of this podcast, about me, not so much about the business coach in question. It is very important to listen to the feeling underneath it. The really soft, quiet, nagging thing that is going to tell you, do I need to listen to this? Is it something that I need to do something about? Is the person right or not? You do know, but these insecurities, wow, can overwhelm you. But there's always a soft feeling, a soft voice somewhere that is going to tell you, do you need to listen to it or not? That's a question I ask myself. Do I need to listen to this or do I not need to listen to this? And I was like, yeah, well, there are 1,001 business coaches. There are 1,001 ways to success. I don't. I don't need to listen to this. What is it that happened that caused me to feel so insecure? Well, I want this really badly. I want to grow as a person. I want to grow as an entrepreneur. And when someone tells me I'm not doing it right, then that's a thing, right? So that's what happened. That caused me to become really insecure. What do I believe about myself when this happens? Do I believe that I'm not good enough or something like that? Because well, that's usually what it comes down to. In this case, I ask myself this question and I believe I still honestly disbelieve that I'm like I said goodbye to this a long time ago. I am not worthy. Yeah, that's gonna cause me to feel insecure, right? When I believe that. So does it help me to feel like that? Does it help me to feel confident to keep moving? No, of course it doesn't help if I believe that I'm not worthy, right? So let's run up. I ask myself a couple of questions. Is this something I need to listen to or not? What is it exactly that happened causing me to feel this insecure? What do I believe about myself? And does this belief help me or not? And if it doesn't help me, what can I believe instead? So, for this um podcast that I was listening to in the car, I got home and I decided I don't need to listen. I in this case I'm gonna go for the first thing. I'm gonna avoid because I don't think that's my kind of business, and that's completely fine because there are 1,000 ways to have a successful business, and the amount of people with an opinion on how to get there are about the same. So I decided I don't need to listen to this thing. But I asked myself the other questions anyway, because it tells me a lot about me and what I need to do with my beliefs and my inner thoughts to make sure that I support myself to get there, right? So it all comes down to not feeling worthy. I mentioned that deep down and I realized it doesn't help me at all. It really, really doesn't. So I'm flipping it because when you paint like a red circle on the wall, then there's way much more around the circle than the red thing in the middle is, right? So if I'm focusing on the red circle and that's the only thing that's there, that's not going to help me. So I decided I'm going to focus on all the white stuff around it because there's so much more than feeling not worthy. And um, I keep moving, doing what I love, what I like. So it's time to let this feeling, this belief about myself that I'm not worthy to, I don't know, have a successful business, and let this one go one more time. And that is going to happen again. I mean, this is rooted very deep down inside of me, I'm afraid. And it's going to pop up again. And then I'm going to deal with it again because I am worthy to deal with this shit and move on, right? I'm worth and you are worthy too to choose your own path, follow your intuition, take the leap and keep going. There's no point in letting your insecurity stop you because then the insecurities are going to stay there all the damn time. So, I have a couple of more questions. How was this useful for you? And please, please let me know on Instagram because I would love to hear from you. And what will you do when you feel insecure next time? I honestly, I love to hear from you on Instagram. I will put my profile in the notes of this podcast. If you have questions, like it, got something out of it, please let me know. Tag me or anything. I would love so much for to hear from you. Thank you so much for listening. I feel very honored that you do. Have a great day today. And if you want more, check out my website. I'll put a link in the notes. And I hope to hear from you next time.